Hey guys, it's Bastian time. Welcome to this episode of Zelda News. I'm your host, Bastian. Let's get to that first story. So first up is a fascinating project started by 8 artists who I guess are all friends, and it's this website where they sort of collaborate on projects. Now the idea behind this project is that each of the 8 artists would just do a very basic sketch of some sort of Zelda-related piece, and then another artist would go ahead and take on the task of trying to sort of realize that sketch as a fully realized art piece. And now sometimes that would be almost a literal translation of the sketch into an art piece. Other times it could be a bit vague. They would sort of maybe take only an element, like maybe the sketch artist had drawn Link with some cuckoos and other things going on, like flying with the cuckoos or something. The artist might just take the fact that there's Link and cuckoos and then do something completely different with that. So anyways, it's a fascinating gallery. You should definitely check it out. A lot of really great Zelda fan art pieces by some really awesome professional artists. There's a link for you down below. Next up is a very unusual mistake found in the UK manuals for Phantom Hourglass. In the US version of Phantom Hourglass, well, in basically any of the Zelda games, we have a character who reappears in many games known as Beedle. And an interesting piece of trivia about him that I'm sure you already know is that he's called Beedle because he kind of looks like a beetle with his haircut, one of the famous musicians, one of the Beatles. But in any case, he's called Beedle in most of, with a D, in most of the games. However, there are some languages where his name is translated as Terry. The UK, however, has, just like the US, always translated his name as Beedle. However, in the Phantom Hourglass manual, they randomly, accidentally refer to him as Terry, which is an amusing mistake because he is known by that name in I think, France and Germany, for instance, in their version of the game, but not in any of the UK versions, so the manual sort of makes it seem like they've made a complete bizarre mistake, but there's actually some sense behind it. Next up is an interesting video from GameExplain. They have these series of videos called CoolBits, where they sort of have a video that talks about some sort of unusual piece of gaming trivia, and this one is about Link the Thief. You might remember that in Link's Awakening, you can sort of betray your otherwise hero morals and participate in some thievery. This is a video all about that, so if you want to go and give that a view, there's a link for you down below. And speaking of Zelda videos, here's an unusual one. It's called 13 Ways to Die in The Legend of Zelda, specifically the original Legend of Zelda. But these ways to die have absolutely nothing to do with actual ways you could die in the original Legend of Zelda. Instead of their bizarre sort of rifts in time-space where other types of classic retro gaming enemies and such appear and Link dies as a result of those unusual circumstances. And even by himself, a different iteration of himself. So definitely watch this video, it's pretty amusing. Link for you down below. Yes, I know Christmas has been over for quite a while now, but we've got one more Zelda Christmas-related video. It's Ganon Claus, and he will be happy to sing you about his interesting existence as Ganon Claus. Pretty funny video, so you'll want to check that one out. So a quick shout out to Sebastian M, Marco H, and Michelle J. They are 3 individuals who went ahead and contributed to the HD webcam fun thingamajig, which, in case you haven't been paying attention the past couple of weeks, I finally listened to the outcries of, we need these videos in HD, And then the suggestions from several people, well, why don't you just take donations for the cams? So I'm doing that, and so we've got 4 donations so far. Hopefully it picks up so that this will become a viable option, but thanks to those 3, I really appreciate it. And if you want to go ahead and contribute to the HD Webcam Fund, there's a link for you down below, and I'll be sure to give you a shout out as well in a forthcoming video. So thanks, guys. So that's it for this episode of Zelda News. Tomorrow is Nintendo News. 2 days from now is the second Zelda News episode. See you then, guys. Bye.